This is a short introduction to research looking at how the North Pacific Ocean may have affected the carbon cycle during the last ice age. Carbon dioxide is an important greenhouse gas, meaning the amount in the atmosphere can affect the temperature of Earth. For measuring the level of carbon dioxide from small bubbles in ice drilled from deep within Antarctica, we know the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere hasn't always been the same. During ice ages, when temperature was lower, shown in blue, carbon dioxide was also lower, shown in green. In warm periods, such as the modern day, carbon dioxide is higher. The current release of carbon dioxide from burning fossil fuels and deforestation is increasing the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, causing global temperatures to rise. In order to predict how temperatures might change in the future, we need to better understand how the carbon cycle has changed in the past, such as between ice ages and warm periods. This project looked at how the North Pacific may have altered the carbon cycle in the last ice age by storing more carbon in the deep ocean and releasing less carbon dioxide from the surface ocean. As water circulates around the deep ocean, dead organic matter from the surface ocean sinks to the bottom, increasing the amount of carbon stored there. The longer the water remains isolated from the surface, the lower the amount of oxygen in the water. If more carbon was stored in the deep North Pacific during the last ice age, there must have been lower oxygen levels in the water. Foraminifera are a type of small creature that live in the ocean. Some species prefer high oxygen in the water, others prefer low. By drilling into the sediment at the bottom of the ocean, it's possible to look at foraminifera from different times in Earth's history. This has shown that during the last ice age there was less oxygen in the deep North Pacific than at present, indicating more carbon may have been stored there. At around 15,000 years ago, this carbon may then have been flushed out of the deep ocean and replaced with fresher, higher oxygen water. In the modern North Pacific, carbon input to the surface ocean from biological activity is balanced by upwelling carbon and other nutrients from the deep ocean. Carbon is present in different forms, with some atoms being heavier than others. These are called isotopes. Foraminifera prefer to use the lighter isotope of carbon during photosynthesis, and the heavier type is only used when there is enough nutrients to support widespread biological activity. By measuring the amount of heavy carbon in foraminifera living at the surface and slightly deeper in the ocean, we can see the amount of nutrients from the deep ocean entering the surface ocean. This research shows that during the last ice age, less nutrients from the deep ocean entered the surface ocean. Thus, less carbon could escape into the atmosphere. Between around 15 to 17,000 years ago, an increasing amount of nutrients were input to the surface ocean, allowing more carbon to escape to the atmosphere.